Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into something that's becoming more and more essential, your digital shield. Because, let's face it, so much of our life is online now, and the threats are very real. But, and this is the important part, so is the protection. Let's get right into it.
So, let me ask you a question, and I want you to really think about it. Is your online life truly safe? I mean, from your banking and shopping to just chatting with friends. How secure is that digital version of you?
Because here's the thing. The risk of a cyber attack isn't some far-off what-if scenario anymore. For millions of us, especially here in India with our huge digital economy, it's become a constant daily reality.
So, before we can even talk about the solution, we first have to get a really clear picture of the problem. Let's take a look at the specific dangers that are, lurking in our digital lives. You probably heard these terms thrown around, but what do they actually mean? Phishing? Well, that's that fake email that looks legit, trying to trick you into giving up your passwords. Identity theft? That's when someone literally steals your personal info to commit fraud in your name. Malware and ransomware can wreck your devices or, even worse, lock up all your important files until you pay up. And then there's the personal stuff, the very real, very painful toll of cyberbullying and stalking.
Okay, I know that all sounds pretty scary. And it definitely can be. But just like we have safety nets for other parts of our lives, there's one for our digital world too. Let's see how we can build that layer of protection.
So at its heart, cyber insurance is a financial tool. It's a policy that's specifically designed to cover the costs that pop up after a cyber incident. Think of it as a financial first aid kit for pretty much everything from online fraud to getting your digital identity back.
Let me put it this way. You wouldn't drive your car without insurance, right? You wouldn't own a home without insuring it. Cyber insurance just applies that exact same common sense logic to the place we spend so much of our time these days, our digital lives. It just makes sense.
All right, so you get the big idea, but what are you actually paying for? When things go south, what does a policy really cover? This is where we need to get into the nitty-gritty.
A really good policy is going to cover a wide range of things. Theft of funds, for example, means you get reimbursed if someone makes unauthorized transactions. Identity theft coverage, that helps pay the legal bills to clear your name. Data restoration covers the cost of getting your files back after an attack. It can even cover things like legal fees if you're being cyberbullied, payments for ransomware, and losses from online shopping scams. The main point is this: it's all about helping you recover financially, no matter what digital front you are attacked on.
Now here's where it gets interesting. Not all policies are the same. The market here in India is actually full of some fantastic options that are tailored for different kinds of needs. So let's walk through some of the top plans out there to help you find the one that really fits your digital footprint.
First up, we've got HDFC ERGO's Cyber Sachet. This one is for the person who loves to be in control. Its main selling point is the make-your-own-plan model, so you only pay for the coverage you actually need. And it has some really modern covers, like protection for your smart home devices and even liability for your social media posts, which, let's be honest, is super important in an age where one wrong comment can cause big problems.
Next is Bajaj Allianz with its individual cyber-safe policy. Now, if you're looking for an all-in-one, cover-all-the-bases kind of plan, this is a really strong choice. And here's what I find impressive. It can cover the cost of hiring an IT consultant to help you out, and, this is huge, it can cover psychological counseling to help you deal with the stress of it all. It really acknowledges the human side of these attacks.
For anyone out there with a family, SBI General's Cyber Vault Edge is designed just for you. It's a family floater policy, so it covers you, your spouse, and 2 kids. And its most unique feature? It can cover liability if your child accidentally does something online, like, say, infringing on a copyright. It's a really smart way to protect the whole family's digital world.
ICICI Lombard's plan is pretty much perfect for anyone whose reputation is their biggest asset. I'm thinking creators, freelancers, anyone with a public online presence. Its key feature is covering the cost of PR services to help repair your image after an attack. It also includes something called multimedia liability, which protects you from claims like defamation that might come from your online posts.
Now we're getting into the heavy hitters. Tata AIG's Cyber Risk Protector is a really robust option. This is geared more towards high net worth individuals or maybe small business owners who have a lot of digital assets to lose. It focuses heavily on covering the seriously high costs of a forensic investigation and gives you access to professional crisis management firms to handle the fallout. And what if you're just looking for a straightforward, no-fuss option? Well, Future Generali has a plan for you.
It gives you targeted protection against the most common threats, like phishing and spoofing, and it really focuses on making the whole claims process as simple and painless as it can be.
Okay, let's just pull all of that together for a second. This table gives you a really clear snapshot. If you want to customize everything, look at HDFC. For that all-in-one comprehensive cover, you've got Bajaj Allianz. For family protection, SBI is your go-to. To protect your reputation, it's ICICI. And for those heavy-duty business needs, there's Tata AIG. Seeing them all side by side really helps clarify where each one shines, doesn't it?
All right, but let's be real, no insurance policy covers absolutely everything. To be a smart consumer, you've got to understand the limitations. So let's take a quick look at what's typically not covered.
These are pretty standard across the board. Policies won't cover fraud you commit yourself for obvious reasons. Losses from super volatile things like cryptocurrencies, that's almost always out because the risk is just too unpredictable. Physical damage to your laptop, like if you drop it, well, that's what hardware or home insurance is for, not this. And of course, anything that happened before you bought the policy isn't going to be covered. That makes sense.
So what if the worst happens? What do you actually do? The process is pretty straightforward if you just follow the steps. First, act fast. Block everything that's been compromised. Second, and this is crucial, you have to file an official police report, an FIR. Third, tell your insurance company right away. Then you just submit all the paperwork they ask for, and finally, you cooperate with any investigation they need to do. Knowing these steps ahead of time can make a really stressful situation feel a lot more manageable.
You know, this really is the key takeaway for all of us. In the world we live in now, this hyper-connected world, thinking about digital protection isn't an optional extra. It's becoming a fundamental part of just being financially responsible, just like any other insurance you might have.
So as we wrap this up, I'll just leave you with this final thought. Every single one of us has a completely unique online life, a unique digital footprint. The real question is your protection just as unique? Is your shield built to protect you? Something to think about.